After the Tournament of Power, Goku and Vegeta decided to go to Universe 6 to learn more about the science of that place. And after 2 weeks of visiting, they returned to their universe, where upon arriving they stayed talking about how different the science of that place were. It's incredible, Vegeta. I have no memories of what were the science like here, but those from Universe 6 are surprising. I wanted to know more about them. It's true, but they are different. They don't carry the history of destruction that our people carried for generations. They have grown as warriors, but not as...
Hey guys! What's up? It's your boy Brian, and today we're reacting to something absolutely insane. I haven't seen it yet, so everything you'll get is real-time, raw reactions only. Grab your snack, let's do this.
Energy, and with that look of enthusiasm that always characterized him, he turned to Vegeta and said, "Hey Vegeta, what do you think if we use the Dragon Balls to bring back the Saiyans from our universe? You know,
oh man, here we go. That intro already looks serious.
Those from the universe. They could have been different. Maybe we can change things too." Vegeta looked at him silently for a few seconds. His sharp eyes...
Okay, can we talk about that for a second? That was intense, and it's just getting started.
His race moved him more than he wanted to, showing that he had grown up with a deep pride for his lineage, but also knew the brutality that the Saiyans of Universe 7 had practiced under the rule of Freezer Kakaroto. The Saiyans of our universe are not like those of the verse. They were savage warriors, cruel and destructive. If we bring them back, we cannot guarantee that they are different, but we changed Vegeta. Well, you did it. Why couldn't they? Vegeta crossed his arms, looking towards the horizon while analyzing the idea of reviving the Saiyans. And after several seconds in silence, he answered, "Very well, let's do the Kakarot. But it won't be that simple. If the Saiyans are back to how they were before, I will not hesitate to destroy them myself. I will not allow our people to fall back into that darkness." Understood. Then let's start with that decision.
Whoa,
both warriors
that's actually clever.
The Capsule Corporation. Upon arriving, Bulma received them in her laboratory, surprised. See the intensity on their faces. And now that every time they arrive with that expression, I know they are up to something. Bulma, we need the Dragon Radar. We are going to rebuild the planet Vegeta and revive all the Saiyans that were destroyed. Bulma opened her eyes, surprised, but she knew enough both as to know that once a decision was made, it was useless to try to stop them. Are sure of this. Bring back the Saiyans. You know that many of them were not exactly here.
I didn't see that coming. Like, that twist was insane.
They once were under my power. I don't know. We'll repeat the same story. Bulma sighed, but finally agreed. She took the radar, and after a few hours of searching, all the Dragon Balls were gathered under a clear sky. Goku and Vegeta prepared to summon Shenlong. Come out, Shenlong, and grant our wishes. In a flash of light, the imposing dragon emerged from the spheres, his eyes flashing with a strong glow. Tell me your wishes, and I will fulfill them if they are within my power. Shenlong, we want you to rebuild Vegeta just as it was before being destroyed. That is very easy. The dragon's eyes shone brightly, and in an instant the planet Vegeta was restored in space. The familiar structure of the planet reappeared in its original place with its vast desert and mountainous landscape. Very well, the planet Vegeta has been restored. What is his second wish? Revives the Saiyans, who were destroyed along with the planet, but leaves out those whose time in another world has already passed. Too much like my father. Are you sure of that, Vegeta? Yes. It will be a problem if my father revives along with everyone else. Okay, that wish is very
Here it
simple
comes.
to fulfill. Shenlong's
No
eyes shone
way,
again,
he really did
and in
that.
a matter of seconds, the Saiyan warriors of Universe 7 began to reappear on planet Vegeta. His second wish was granted. What will be his last wish? What more can we ask for Vegeta? I don't know. I can't think of anything. Bulma, interrupting, exclaimed, "Hey, Goku will not revive your brother, remember?"
Okay. I need a moment. That was wild. Rewind that in your head.
Roto also revives Nappa. Then tell me what will be his last wish. Shenlong, I want you to revive 2 more Saiyans. Their names are Raditz and Nappa. If you could also take them to the planet Bell, please. Okay, I will fulfill that wish. Shenlong fulfilled the last wish, and with a last flash of light the dragon disappeared, and the spheres dispersed throughout the planet. Goku and Vegeta were silent for a moment, assimilating what they had just done. We have brought back our people Kakaroto now. It is up to us to make sure that the same fate is not repeated. Yes, but I have faith that we can change things. I think this is a new beginning for everyone. With planet Vegeta restored, Goku and Vegeta wasted no more time, and with teleportation, they traveled to their new destination. The landscape of the newly restored planet Vegeta stretched out in front of Goku and Vegeta, although Goku never.
Honestly, I wasn't expecting that move. That's genius or insane, no in between.
Earth, we did it in order to protect you, Kakaroto. We really didn't expect to see you again, much less that you would be at Prince Vegeta's side. Look at you, Kakaroto. I never imagined I would see you like this. You are strong.
Bro, I can't believe this is happening.
Sweetheart, you don't know how happy I am right now. Son Goku, although still moved by the revelation, smiled and approached to hug his mother. The connection that he hadn't felt at first was now beginning to form. I don't remember anything about you all, but I'm very happy that we can meet now. Bardock, although he was not a man of emotions, could not help but feel a mixture of pride and relief at seeing what his son had become. While the reunion continued, Raditz,
this
who
escalated
had
quickly.
remained silent, approached. Unlike his parents, he had had a much more complicated past with his younger brother. However, Goku received with a calm look. Kakaroto, it seemed.
Let me catch my breath. This video is a roller coaster.
So between us, Goku, remembering his first encounter with Raditz on Earth, smiled, while calmly saying, Raditz, I have no resentment for what happened before. I do not. It doesn't matter what happened in the past. I forgive you for everything that happened. The important thing is that we are here now. Forgiveness doesn't matter to me. What happened happened. We are Saiyans. After all, we are not exactly a loving family. Before the conversation could continue, Vegeta stepped forward with a serious look that demanded the attention of all the Saiyans present. His presence dominated the scene. But before continuing, he turned his head towards Nappa,
just wow,
who was watching him with some discomfort and fear. Nappa, before we continue, there is something I must say, Nappa, that I did not expect the prince to address to him. The word like that. He looked at him surprised. What is Vegeta? I killed you in the past. I did it because I considered you weak, a burden, but now, after everything that has happened, I can see that it was a mistake. I was arrogant and stupid. I regret it. Nappa's silence fell over the Saiyans. Goku watched in surprise as Vegeta, the proud Saiyan prince, admitted his mistake. Nappa, for his part, didn't know how to react at first. His first instinct was to feel offended, but something in Vegeta's tone made him say, I never thought I'd hear those words from you, Vegeta. I guess even the Prince of Saiyans can make mistakes. Mistakes? Vegeta nodded, keeping his composure. I have changed, Nappa. We have all changed. With the apology made, Vegeta turned to address the rest of the Saiyans, and raising his voice shouted, Listen to me. You have all been revived, but times have changed, Kakaroto, and I have not brought back the Saiyans.
He's going all in now.
This time will be different. But first you must understand something. The legend of the Super Saiyan that many of you have heard is not just a myth. All the Saiyans present, upon hearing that, would not understand what Vegeta was referring to, starting to murmur things among those present. Raditz raised his voice and shouted, It should be clearer, Vegeta. We are not understanding anything with words. It will not be enough. Better observe very well. Suddenly the ground began to shake, and in seconds Vegeta transformed into the legendary Super Saiyan. Everyone present was amazed with what they saw, not understanding what exactly it was. What you did, Vegeta? As you can see, I have become the legendary Super Saiyan. With this transformation, Freezer was defeated, and although it still exists today, as long as Kakaroto and I are together, the same thing will never happen again. So the legend was true after all. I can't...
Alright. We're 9 minutes in and I'm officially hooked. Didn't think it'd be this intense.
Exciting for everyone, Vegeta. I didn't expect you to go this far. I'm glad you brought me back. I think I can learn a lot from you. The best is yet to come, Nappa. I'm not the same as I used to be, but that's not. It means that I'm no longer the Prince of the Saiyans. This time I'll lead the right way. I promise to be by your side, Vegeta.
That was bold.
In return, I need you to train me. Lure Nappa. Hey, Kakaroto, come here for a moment. Goku jumped and stood next to Vegeta. I'm here now. Vegeta, very well. I want everyone to pay attention to me, the Saiyans. Those present saw Vegeta and remained silent. From now on things will change. They will no longer have to conquer planets for anyone. Their duty is to train, so that they will never again
Respect to them for even trying that.
Like Freezer, it will be difficult, but with my help and Kakaroto, the future of the planet Belita and of the Saiyans, he will be the best. The message resonated among the Saiyans, who were happy and excited, shouted together the names of Vegeta and Goku, whom everyone would call Kakaroto. For his part, Bardock looked at Goku. His face was that of a proud father. I never thought I would say this, but maybe it is possible. Maybe there is another way for our race. If my son could change, maybe the others can too. While the Saiyans continued happily.
Alright, this has to be one of the craziest videos I've seen lately.
Thing would be so easy. Although they had started on the right foot, he also understood that there was Saiyans who might not accept this new path. And beyond that, in the depths of the universe, a known figure found out what had happened and began to plan his plan to prevent the Saiyans from continuing to exist. After a few weeks since what had happened, the revived Saiyans were beginning to settle on the reborn planet Belita under the leadership of Goku and Vegeta. And with the help of Bulma's technology, however, while everything seemed to be going well, a being was moving in the depths of the universe in the rebuilt facilities of planet Vegeta. Goku, Vegeta, and the other Saiyans had begun to train. The atmosphere vibrated with the energy of warriors eager to improve and test their skills. Goku, excited by the opportunity to train with his family, had organized a small friendly combat. Okay, Raditz, and you too, father. Let's have a little fun. We've never had a family fight, right? What do you think if we start? Now it seems you have a lot of energy, son. Let's see if you can handle two Saiyans at once. Don't think it will be that easy, Kakarot. We have been dead for a while, but we have not forgotten how to fight. That's what I like to hear. Let's go. In the blink of an eye, Goku,
that was
Bardock,
bold.
and Raditz launched themselves into the air, exchanging blows and blocks at an impressive speed. Goku's movements were fluid and precise, but Raditz and Bardock, as experienced warriors, coordinated their attacks to keep their opponent on the defensive. Come on, Kakaroto, can't be so soft with us. Okay, get ready now. I'll get serious. Goku increased his speed, moving between his two opponents with ease. Raditz tried to keep up with him, but Goku disappeared from his sight before he could react. For his part, he launched calculated attacks.
Bro, I can't
observing
believe
his
this is
son with
happening.
pride. It's impressive. Kakaroto has surpassed any expectation in an instant. Goku appeared behind Bardock and hit him gently on the back, sending him to the ground with a precise blow. Raditz tried to counterattack, but Goku stopped him with a quick kick, leaving him off balance. That was good, but it's just the beginning. Meanwhile, not far away, Vegeta and Nappa had also started his own training. Nappa, who had witnessed Vegeta's power, was determined to prove himself against his former prince Vegeta. Let's see if you still remember how we used to fight in the old days. I won't hold back. You better not. Nappa, now come and attack me. Nappa charged up his power to the maximum and launched himself towards Vegeta with all his strength. However, Vegeta, with overwhelming speed, easily dodged him and countered with a strong blow to the stomach that left Nappa breathless. Damn, Vegeta, you are faster than I remember. I am no longer the warrior you knew, Nappa. This is not even 1% of my power. But if you continue with that determination, in very little time you will improve. Nappa growled, but did not give up. He continued attacking, although Vegeta stopped him in each attempt. The fight served as a reminder for Nappa of how much his prince had finally changed. After a couple of hours of training, they finished, and Vegeta, giving a final blow that knocked down Nappa, would say, "That's enough for today, Nappa. If you really want to stay by my side, you will have to train harder than you have ever done." Nappa nodded, accepting the challenge. He knew that Vegeta was now on another level, but I couldn't help but feel motivated by the opportunity to train with him again. As the training continued, being watched from a distance, hidden in the shadows of a camouflage ship near the planet, was Frieza, the Emperor of Evil, who watched the resurgence of the Saiyans with a malicious smile on his face. This face had remained silent, letting the Saiyans regroup, waiting for the right moment to act. The interesting thing is that the monkeys have returned, but as always, they continue to be so naive. I cannot allow these insects to become stronger easily. It is time to start my plan. With the power and influence of his empire still intact, Frieza had discreetly sent a signal to some of the most ambitious Saiyans, those who were not happy with the new leadership of Goku and Vegeta. In a remote corner of the planet, a group of Saiyans had received the message. Frieza among them were Raditz, and some minor warriors, who still had in their hearts the thirst for power and conquest. Raditz, receiving the information through other Saiyan, Frieza would say, "I can't believe that Reg dares to call us again, although if he has something to offer us, maybe it's worth listening after. I still don't like the idea of being weaker than Kakaroto." Hours later...
Okay, can we talk about that for a second? That was intense, and it's just getting started. Alright. We're 9 minutes in and I'm officially hooked. Didn't think it'd be this intense.
Hidden place, Frieza appeared holographically in front of the Saiyans, who attended the meeting. With a sly smile, the Emperor of Evil would say, "Ah, my dear Saiyans, what a pleasant surprise to see you alive. You can't imagine how I missed you. What do you want?" Frieza, as always so hostile. "It's very simple, my dear Raditz. I don't want to fight with you. In fact, I want to help you. I can offer you something that not even Goku or Vegeta could. A Saiyan created from the most advanced technology of my empire, a warrior that will surpass any of you, even Goku and Vegeta. And what will we gain from that? If you accept, all of you will be able to have control of this warrior. That is to say, he will be your servant. With that, you will be able to make Goku and Vegeta leave the throne, and you will rule this planet." The eyes of the Saiyans present lit up with ambition. Although Goku and Vegeta had shown their power, the promise of a warrior capable of surpassing them was tempting Raditz. Although he doubted Frieza's intentions, he couldn't help but feel curious. "And what makes you think that you would trust yourself, Frieza, after everything that happened to us?" Saiyans then let the creation of the invincible warrior begin at once. On the other hand, in the royal palace, Goku and Vegeta watched the Saiyans of the reborn planet Belita. The warriors began to adapt to this new lifestyle, some motivated by the opportunity to strengthen themselves, others still
That was
struggling
bold.
with nostalgia for the old empire. However, no one suspected what was happening in the shadows. So after a few days since those events, in secret, some Saiyans led by Raditz had begun to gather in the most remote facilities of the planet under the guidance of Frieza and his army. They began to work on the Dark Project in a dark and secret chamber. The Saiyans observed the advanced technology of Frieza's army that was already beginning to form the ultimate warrior. Raditz observed the being in creation and would say, "I can't believe we're doing this.
Bro, I can't
We're sure
believe this is
will work."
happening.
One of the Saiyans at his side, an ambitious warrior, responded with an evil smile. "Why wouldn't he? Frieza has access to the most advanced technology we've ever seen. If this Saiyan is what he says he will be, your brother Kakaroto and the new King Vegeta will not be able to beat him." "I don't know Kakaroto. Huh. Changed. He's not the same fool I met on Earth. And Vegeta, well, he's always been stronger than he admits. That's why I'm not so convinced this can work. No matter how strong they are, our invincible warrior will overcome them. And when that happens, we will be the ones leading the Saiyans, not them." Meanwhile, not so far from there, Frieza watched from his ship with a smile that did not reflect anything good. "Perfect. The monkeys are so blinded by their ambition that they do not even see the trap in front of them. Cal will be my masterpiece, and the Saiyans will fall under their own power." Back in the heart of planet, Goku and Vegeta were resting after having trained. Both had noticed that some Saiyans seemed distant, but for now, they did not suspect anything concrete. "It is incredible to be here, Vegeta. I never thought that this planet would exist again."
Whoa.
However, although
That's
it
actually
seems that
clever.
we are at peace, there is something that worries me. That feeling is normal, Kakaroto. The Saiyans have always been a difficult race to control. Some are still hungry for power, and not everyone is happy with our way of leading. I understand. So we have to be more alert. Something can happen at any moment. Suddenly Raditz appeared flying towards them with a somewhat disturbing face trying to hide what was happening. Kakaroto Vegeta, I want to fight again.
I'm really enjoying this animation. I'm going to take this opportunity to ask you to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. This helps us to keep the channel always with new videos, and promoting the content of different channels. Please, this will be very good for us to improve more and more in the next videos and bring videos that you may not know yet.
I need to improve. Maybe if we have a friendly fight, of course, Raditz, it will be fun. Let's see how much you have improved. I also want to see if you have really learned something, Raditz. 3 got ready and flew towards an uninhabited area of the planet. Very well, this place is perfect. I will be the first to fight you, Raditz. Do not worry. I will hold back. Do not underestimate me. The battle began with Raditz launching himself towards Goku at full speed. Despite his increased power, Goku blocked him, easily keeping calm and observing each of his movements. Vegeta, for his part, analyzed Raditz while waiting for his turn to fight. Come on, Raditz. You need to be faster,
That was
Goku
bold.
would say, while dodging each of Raditz's attacks with ease. Shut up and fight seriously, Kakaroto. Well, as you want. Goku began to stop Raditz's attacks with a finger, waiting for the right moment to counterattack. And when he found it, he launched his blow, but this will be stopped by Vegeta. That's enough now, it's my turn. Without warning, Vegeta sent Goku into the air and began to attack Raditz the Saiyan. I would begin to receive several attacks from the prince who, despite containing them, music, with a strong blow to the stomach, and he would gasp on the ground and
I
say,
can't believe this is
"Damn,
happening."
Vegeta, I'm not finished yet. That's enough, Raditz. I'm not the same as Kakaroto. My way of training is based on suffering. If you want to fight me, you should be able to withstand one of my hits. Goku, looking from a distance, he watched as Raditz tried to get up again. However, something on his face seemed different, as if he was trying to hide something besides the pain from Vegeta's hit. Raditz, are you okay? It seems like something is bothering you, and I don't think it's because of Vegeta's hit. Raditz, recovering from the hit, turned around and said, "It's nothing, Kakaroto." "Hey Vegeta, I'll take your advice. Soon you'll be the one receiving a hit from me." Saying that, Raditz would leave, leaving Goku and Vegeta confused. What was all that? Those words from Raditz seemed to have another meaning. Meaning, don't take it so personal, Kakaroto. Raditz was always like that. Now let's go back to the palace. Okay, let's go, Vegeta. They would return to the palace. Meanwhile, Raditz, who was flying, watched how his village was progressing, and while flying to his destination, he would say, "I think with that fight, I managed to distract them a little, but maybe I'm doing the right thing. I can't trust Freezer, but I want Vegeta to eat his words no matter what. It's not time to regret. I'll see what happens next." On the other hand, in outer space, Freezer...
If you liked it as much as I did, click like and subscribe. New reactions every week and videos you probably haven't seen. If you want me to comment on your video, leave it here in the comments. See you next time.